What's going on with HEX and BankX? I have an alert signal here for you, friends. We've covered it in the news, but we've got to go through it more deeper now. So BankX, which is the big sacrifice project running on the PulseChain ecosystem, has basically removed their Uniswap v3 sell wall of eHEX. They've removed it, and they've now bridged it over to PulseChain. Now, we don't know what exactly they're going to do. What I'm going to show you is the original wall. What was it doing before? It was just sitting there. And we actually chewed through a tiny bit of it now. So the old wall was at 1.2 cents, and it was up to around 3 cents. If you put it on a regular chart, you get to see it. That's what the old wall looked like. Now, Mr. That Martini guy was basically him and his friends, I guess him and his audience basically started buying it here. They just chewed through a tiny bit. I don't know if it was exactly him where he bought, and then we just capitulated down. He also says kind of lost a bit of faith, doesn't really like it now. He doesn't lost real faith. Just said, I don't really like it because the founder kind of tweeted this down and dug his heels in, okay? But what we're going to explore is what's going to happen right now because, friends, this is eHEX. Look, if you look at any chart, man, I know they have a big supply, but you look what you're selling. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, oh, okay, you're telling me this isn't 99.8% down. Like I still think it's cheap. That's it. That's it. Now, here's the thing. Of course, PulseChain and PulseX are looking much, much better. And if we go look at their other charts, you'll be able to see the difference. You see, if you look at PulseChain, for example, it is around the 21 EMA after flipping the weekly super trend, which is around here. You see this? It's around here. You see this green weekly super trend? There's a distance to go here. I know it doesn't look like much, just look like inches to you, right? But it's actually like another 18%. This actually is a big difference. If you go compare that to, for example, the combined HEX price. Now, the combined HEX price, friends, it is literally hanging on by a string. That's it. If it closes below 1.2 cents, this green weekly super trend will become red. And yes, look, it doesn't usher in more doom, but I'm just telling you, weekly, if you flip red on the weekly super trend, man, that's another bear market historically. That's literally another bear market. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. However, I don't think that would be pretty much it. It might mean that it's bleeding out for another 3 months. Now, here's the thing, friends. Historically, that's the type of stuff that happens. It just dies out. You could have something like this where you die for another 77 days. I mean, you've waited 3 years, right? What's another 77 days here? Just goes down here and then maybe go up. I'm just guessing, okay? But flipping red on the weekly super trend is always significant, always. And you can even see, right? Richard's call for the Unity, friends, was up here pretty much. If you go back, I can actually show you the pHEX chart. You can see, like, you see where the arrow is. Richard Hart kills eHEX on this day. His tweet sends eHEX minus 85% lower. So there is a wick up here. If we zoom in, you actually see this wick comes up here. It's basically people buying pHEX up to 3 cents. They FOMO bought it. And then the market just said, guess what? I'm going to use you for exit liquidity. You are buying way too high. That's pretty much the market speaking here. So if the intention was to raise prices, I guess the intention is always to raise prices. It is now down 66% to do that. So, I mean, it is what it is. You follow the captain's call, not my control. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So look, I'm a squirrel, friends. I'm a man, make my own decisions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to see big green candles, so do I. But I want you to think about when you speak to people out there, is this type of behavior helping or is it hurting? Okay, don't cry to people like me who are reporting on the nature of things, friends. It's literally like, okay, it's the same people as like, okay, there's murders out there and TV network wants to bring attention to it. So people go complain to the TV network. Oh, stop showing us this. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, no, go watch something else. You know what I mean? You're just reporting on it. So let's explore, though, where this all came from. Now, I want you to know, BankX have bridged over. They bridged in hundreds of millions of eHEX. I think the total price here might be like a couple of like $1.5 million. It's not that much, friends. It was where they wanted to get out. You needed $13 million. People think that's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, friends. It's nothing because meme coins are doing $20 to $30 million of volume per day, right? Meme coins, trading volume per day. So we have one wall sitting there for $13 million. That's pretty much nothing. Okay, but why is everybody crying? Well, I'm going to show you. Look at all common contracts. Look at the expectations that were high, friends. I'm going to ask you one last time. Give me the number of the dealer that provided you with the inspiration to make this PulseChain rewards table. Look where everyone's expectations were, saying market cap doesn't matter, etc., etc. Look, friends, I really hope we do a 1000x. I'm praying every day. I'm just telling you, I'm ready. I'm watching the wider market. Okay, nothing can disconnect from the wider market. Just like I want Chainlink to go $1,000 as well. But if Chainlink has to stop at $160, and that's where euphoria is, we'll take it. Now, many examples I could talk to you about as well. So Ethereum, right? This is what everyone was measuring. Look, 15,500x. Look at this, the ICO to the all-time high. So think about this price. This is your day one sacrifice. 2,300, Solana 600, Cardano 1,400, Avalanche 400, Polkadot 500, BNB 1,400 pretty much. The average is a 3.8 years from the ICO, and you've done a 3,950x. Well, here's the thing. Don't give me this BS PulseChain launch thing. It's from the ICO. You understand? You did it in the ICO 3 years ago, about 2.5, 2.75, 8 years now. It is break even. Okay, PulseChain literally break it. That's PulseChain. I haven't gone into the PulseX part. So now you can see why a lot of people are salty, because like showing these rewards out, did it really? It doesn't do anything, man. Look, I know, friends. This is a reflection of the green candles appearing, because people saw so many green candles. They really believed they solved money. They solved time. They solved game theory. They believed it. They didn't, man. The market said to you, everyone holding, you are a Cycle 1 coin, and we like your Cycle 1 narrative of being a DeFi altcoin. We like that narrative. Therefore, we'll give you super leverage returns in the bull market. But in the next bear market, you ain't the newest thing anymore. You're going to cop a beating. That's exactly what's been happening. And if you want to know, like, it's why do people have these 1000x expectation? Okay, why do they have it? It's because of how much they put in. I mean, we've been reporting on this for so long, friends. I can pick the round number trap for the average crowd member. I've shown you how to do that as well. So if you have $1,000 and you make a 1000x, you end up with $1 million. Go look at all of my YouTube community polls, all of them. Whenever I make something about taking profit, your portfolio number, go look for the ones where we talk about $1 million, $1 million. I know all of you watching, literally, emphatically, you guys get euphoric at the thought of $1 million. For some reason, this round number, not 900,000, not 990,000, has to be $1 million. You get that $1 million round number, use all click sell on everything in his leave. I think there's like a 65 or 70% majority of people, if their answers, whenever it comes to that, basically, if they get that number in their whole portfolio in crypto, they click sell, just walk away. $1 million, okay? Now, remember I told you, 1000x with $1,000 gives you 1 million. All right, look at this. This is the PulseChain sacrifice. The most number of wallets, and this is just the counting of the wallets, but the median price is about, here you go, $1,000. That's the average price, the median. It's about $1,400, so around $1,000. So there you go. The average person is around $1,000 invested. They're all hoping for 1000x, so they all become millionaires. All right. Now, a lot of people, I don't know why, there's some sort of projection going on here. Whenever I report on stuff like this, once in a while, someone comes and says, hey man, stop being so like salty and stuff. I'm like, bro, where's the salt? Like, a salty person doesn't make 5 videos a day telling you prices are cheap and capitulations here. That's not salty, man. Just telling you prices are cheap. And guess what? I even told you the time frame. I go, yeah, it might take 9 months to recover. Sweet. Been here before, but just reporting it every single day. And I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, where's the salt, bro? Is the salt in you? Because you had a 1000x expectations, right? That sounds really salty to me, because I think the most salty people are people who can't accept that. Guess what? Euphoria could happen way lower than anyone thinks. So it's just something to think about. And look, why do I put this to you now? It's because you're not going to listen when green candles are here. Just like when pHEX was starting to go up, no one was listening to me when I was saying, guess what, man? Your whole I'm going to kill eHEX and you don't exist anymore strategy. Oh, I don't think that's good for adoption. I'm not going to criticize. I'm just telling you, I'm talking to people. I'm a voice for the people. Actually, a lot of people DMing me. Everyone talking to, this is not good for adoption. Okay, but maybe it's part of your plan. Okay, maybe it's part of your plan. I'm just telling you, guess what happens after that? Bang. By the way, shout out, and I'll call every single one of you out. Go back, friends. Read your own comments. You're probably watching this. You're probably like, no, it wasn't me. It was you. Go read your own comments on my Twitter and my YouTube during this time when Richard basically killed off eHEX. Go read it. All right. I have screenshots. I got receipts. All of you were sucking off pHEX. And I was telling you, man, I go, look, once you commit to calling one of your children ugly, all right, guess what? The other sexier coins are going to call you ugly too. And that's exactly what happened. What's this, friends? What's this? Is this thinking, hey, guess what? Now that we've called eHEX ugly, this thing's beautiful, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. So effectively what they've done is, look, they've sold it down. It's still sitting down minus 66, 67%. It is. This is pretty much what you do, friends. You send bad karma out into the world. That's what happens. If you're a maxi of like this, that's it. Here's the thing. I'm fine because I chose right. I don't like that world though. I don't like being in an ecosystem where I win everything because I was one of the people, PulseChain and PulseX, and like I understand new cycle 1 coins and I understand everybody in hex staking is trapped with time locked liquidity and they're desperately looking to get out just because I understand it. I don't like that. Like we're all in one team, but there's giant winners on one side and there's crushing losses on the others so far. And of course, yes, people are going to say, well, the cycle's not over. That is 100% true. I'm just telling you right now, okay, well, if you're so sure the cycle's not over, why are you so salty then? I'd like to ask you that. Why are you so upset? Why is the crowd getting angry and angry? Why is the crowd buying meme coins? Why is the crowd adapting to other strategies? It's because people talk a big game on one end, but what they actually do with their wallets is completely different. The market people adapt and stuff. So this is what's been going on, okay? Now, pHEX, I'm hoping, see, pHEX is still green. It's still green on the weekly super trend. I don't think you can flip this red, but that's a long way anyway. It doesn't make anybody feel better pretty much here. Now, with 9mm exchange, I made a post as well, just showing them they can pretty much go to 9mm exchange for BankX, sorry. They can go to 9mm exchange and set a single wall if they want to. They can actually sell this eHEX much low, friends. They can make it down like really inside market if they want, pretty much here, and then they can just offer it all up the line, and if it gets chewed over time, great. Now, once again, despite everybody being completely salty here, in friendly sense, let me tell you something. When your friend here makes a post trying to find a bottom signal, by the way, just so you can clarify, okay, for the people who are salty out there, whose emotions are swinging so much that when candles are green, they think good is news, and when candles are red, they think news is bad. For people swinging out much, which is literally the crowd, I want you to know something. What happens at a bottom? Okay, you go up. Sweet. All right. Therefore, if someone is making videos that, hey, I like buying this bottom. I like this bottom. Sign on a dotted line. Non-sexual way, touching this bottom. Very consensual, okay? I like this bottom. I like DCA buying this bottom. I want to accumulate this bottom, okay? Feel the bottom. Squeeze the bottom. When someone's talking like that, you can't be more bullish. You can't. You understand that? You literally can't. In fact, I've even got a green arrow here with rounded off going up here. Now, shout out to Mr. Hex Alerts who blocked me and then unblocked me, etc. I mentioned before. Look, just showing you, I can see a lot of capitulation signals. But guess what, man? It was the biggest red monthly candle in eHEX history, down minus 80%. This type of stuff takes a while to kind of fizzle out and basically try to figure out where it wants to be. A lot of people are saying it's dead. Guess what, man? Yeah, it might be dead, but I still think it's cheap versus Pulse. We'll see what happens. And when I say that, friends, you can look at the eHEX to Pulse ratio. Make sure you toggle it up here to see the Pulse ratio. You see this? It's at a value around 18. I don't care if it goes down. Send it down towards 0. I don't really care. I like this zone up at 50. It is what it is, okay? So, yes, just showing you a lot of things going on here. I like this. This is my edge. Okay, prices are cheap. Weak hands are out. With everything else, you're playing momentum, man. And yes, I love holding everything else. We have all the meme coins. I'm holding them. It's just, you're already done now. What else do you do? Keep adding to them? No, you're done. You just got to wait for them to play out. You can't actually act in them. But with this, you can. So just kind of clarify to you, right? So this combined hex, eHEX and pHEX price sitting on this line, if it flips red, just basically means, all right, maybe another 70 to 90 days. I guess we'll see what happens, friends. But look, the most important part I want you to see is what happened to PulseX. Let this be a lesson to you. All right, I'm going to play some gentle angel music as well for people. Richard Hart, or whoever controls the wallet, did a $14 million injection, all right? $14 million buy from PulseChain SAC wallet. You see that? $14 million buy, friends. And what does the market do? Instant reject down, $14 million. So we can dream about our theoreticals, about, hey, if I put money in and the price adapts here and there, we can dream about that, but it's not up to me and you and the dreams. It's about the collective mindset of the market. Does the market accept the prices that we're heading towards or reject them? So this is basically a rejection. Now, I want to let you know, this doesn't mean we go down forever. I'm just telling you now, friends, this is, look, I've told you this thousands of times. At the bottoms, I had a fair value range. As soon as we have a green weekly candle, I'm like, hey, I still got my fair value range, which isn't a 1000x, mind you. And everyone's saying, 1000x. You're drinking sorry. We're going 1000x. People yelling out like this. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. Complacency here. Richard injects $14 million. Instant rejection. As I told you, where's 1000x, bro? So when that happens, my range is still the same. I have not moved my range. I priced all this in, man. Everything that's happening now, yes, it's pretty much nothing changes for me. All right, it's the exact same thing. When the candles come green, though, I know people do linear extrapolation, and we go, okay, we're going to do another 10x next month, and then 100x by the end of the year, and then 1000x this year. Okay, they get completely blown to pieces every single time, but I understand why everyone keeps going to them, because it's dopamine dealing. Of course it is. So my range stays the same. When it goes up and then it stops, I say, hey, I'm still in, but I'm telling you, you're saying this is the perfect thing creation, and the market's telling you you're actually pretty shit. You understand that? That's what's happening when these prices reject. And when I say that, as the dopamine stops in everyone's mind, people get really salty. They go, they're really, really salty. They go, look at this, blah, blah, blah. And then, well, guess what happens, friends? The salt lasts about 4 days until they get anxiety, capitulation, blood, anger, fear go down. You know what I mean? And now they completely forget about it, because they're too worried about the future again. There you go. Then we do a bottoming out process. Then we do have the disbelief rally, and we just continue over and over again. Okay, so yes, you get to see, despite BankX coming in and bridging the wall, I pretty much think the market's priced it in, man. It would be nice for them to set the wall. People want them to just market dump everything, but they're not as big as everyone thinks, man. I think the future of, say, HEX altogether is much larger than that. eHEX and pHEX, friends, they are basically just subsets of PulseChain now. It's all tied to PulseChain success. So when I'm betting on eHEX recovering, I'm just betting on, hey, do I see PulseChain up heaps? Do I see a crowd of people who want to buy lower liquidity stuff, but they don't want to venture out of the chain? They want to stay within the chain, and eHEX is like right there. That's what I'm imagining in my head, okay? And just got to remind you, yeah, it could be out for like just a 2x, a plus 100% gain on your pulse. That's the most important part to think about. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I got to be more like strict with how I report that now. I got to be more clear. Like, I didn't think, friends, okay, selling, you're going to save yourself from complete capitulation doom. Didn't think that. I guess we're going to have to think about that next time. Most important thing we'll finish off, though, is the pHEX to pulse ratio. This is basically the market saying anything. And so I'm just going to look. I'm not here to just look at this. Actually, right now, as we're watching it, pHEX is actually below 1 cent. You see that? It's actually below 1 cent. There you go. How's your adoption there? Let's check this out, friends. When we do the pHEX to pulse ratio. So look, friends, I got no anger in my body. I don't really care. All right, do you understand this? We're on a boat. Yay. Some people get seasick. I'm like, yeah, hey, we're going to the coconut island with the coconut bra babes. All right, do you understand? Now, told you this many times. You're not going to forget this. I'm not going to let you guys forget this. 8 HEX influencers publicly called me out in the same 48-hour time period, calling me pretty much a poopy head, saying I drink soy, which I don't, drink a lot of protein, 2 shakes a day. Also trying to say I'm the bottom signal. How's that working out for you? Well, look at this, friends. Richard Hart, literally up here, let's actually bring it down so they can just see the embarrassment of how wrong they were. Okay, look at this. Richard Hart, literally, this move, friends, was the unity for pHEX. We go down, we come up here. This was literally Richard buying with pHEX, buys pHEX only. So RH buys pHEX only. Many people said, guess what? He's bigger than the market. And then the market said, you know what? You're actually not. So it comes back down here. So look, man, friends, I don't have any ego. Don't care. Okay. You like just let your leaf blowing in the wind. You don't care. Do you understand that? I'm just letting you know for next time. I'm trying to help you. When you see 8 influencers calling me out and saying I'm the bottom signal, And all 8, actually 3 of the 8 called me Jim Cramer, and all 8 desperately need HEX to go up, and all 8 are like hating on a ratio that is clearly, right, going up in risk off and going down in risk on. And people who are literally completely denying, if we just invert the pair so you can see, oh, that's right, when people don't want risk, they sell this off. When people want risk, they buy this up. So I'm just putting all of this on here. I'm saying, hey, it's not me deciding, the market's deciding, okay? Now, I understand where they come from. It's because the dear leader, it doesn't matter, friends, remember, Bitcoin, Satoshi, Ethereum, Vitalik, Brad Garlic Breath, Charles Hoskin, doesn't matter. When the dear leader has basically said, I don't like you, eHEX, the public assassination part, they say that as like, okay, it must be a call for unity and everything's going to be good now. Well, guess what? Yes, I can tell you it's a call for unity. I'm watching these 18 hours and I'm watching this price action. You understand that? I know what the market's doing. You can keep fighting them. You can see it here. You literally see that's what the ratios are doing. The ratios are reorganizing themselves. And people say, guess what? I feel more comfortable in PulseChain because it has less weak hands. It doesn't have the long-term stakes that people are going to infinitely dump. It actually is like cheaper Ethereum, whereas HEX is meant to be like, it's a DeFi cycle number 2 narrative. That's the type of stuff that's been going on here. So that's pretty much, look, you see how influencers doing that, just that for next time. So I'm going to keep them in my data bank, all right, in my head, my little peanut brain. So the next time the euphoria comes, the big crypto-wide euphoria, okay, the big one, friends, and it gets extreme, and you never know, man. There might be a similar thing with something else out there where everybody's desperate to look for a signal. Maybe Bitcoin goes to 180, comes back down to 140, and everyone's like, you're a bottom signal, you're a bottom signal. And then 12 months later, it's down to like 90K, and that might be ushering in. Look, just look out for this. You've got to learn from this. You learn from these experiences. Okay, yes, use me as a vessel and an example because I don't really care. I know we're going to win anyway. Okay, so there's so much to unwrap here and just get you're trying to focus. You're trying to unwrap. Basically, I know it can get very weird in this jungle. You understand that? We're trying to navigate so many things. But at the end of the day, long-term trend, still going up. You know that people are going to keep adopting this stuff. And at the end of the day, man, I've told you, like, when it comes down to it, you all know, friends, it's a funny part. When, at the top, right? At the top of basically this, let's say PulseX, this is when pHEX and everything coming down here. When I said we're just leverage on Ethereum, people lost their minds, by the way. People got really angry at me. Because they go, no, we've got adoption. No, Richard knows what he's doing. He does know what he's doing. Okay, but they also said, no, we're uniting into pHEX. You all focus on this, blah, blah, blah. I go, you know what? Nice theory. The market says you're wrong, and it's going to bitch slap you very, very soon. And guess what? That's exactly what it did. So these people want to look at the market like that. I want to look at it differently. Back then, when I said we're leverage on Ethereum, it was considered FUD. Now, because we're bleeding so hard, me saying we're leverage on Ethereum, people are begging for it. Go check out everyone else. What's everyone talking about? Hey, we need Ethereum higher. Okay, we need Ethereum 5,000. I told you, man. I told you, friend. This is it. Okay, it's funny. It's the same message. When the candles were going red at the start, everyone's in anxiety. Me saying we're leverage on Ethereum was considered FUD. Now, because there's depression, what's depression, friends? No hope. Remember I said there's no hope? Okay, in depression, there's no hope. Now, when I'm saying, guess what? We're still leverage on Ethereum. People are clutching onto these straws like, oh, please. Yeah, Ethereum will go up. It can't fail. All right. What's happened with the crowd? They've swung from anxiety, fear, capitulation, anger, depression now. You see that? Now they're desperate for a bottom. At the top, they're feeling too cocky. They're like, guess what? Richard's buying it and he's going great. You see that? Who's this finger in the middle, friends? It's me telling you you're my friend, but also me just saying, hey, guess what? We're leverage on Ethereum. It's the same message. So what's happened? The crowd's emotions have swung. I say this all the time with so many things. Okay, so I'm still holding long and strong. Let's see what happens. Is BankX going to start market clipping sell to get out? I don't know. If they just left a wall, it'd be nice if everybody chews it up. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, okay? Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.